Hello, everyone, Randy here again, and we're playing Farming Simulator 15 on Michigan on the RDAllen multiplayer server, and I am joined at the moment by Liam and Mac. I have the John Deere 90 corn planter. This is the larger brother to the DB-40 I have on the single player there. Let's get this monster unfolded out here. Have to move over a little bit. No, I don't think so. Looks like I actually got it lined up correctly there. Look at that. Maybe a little bit more this way, but that's not too bad. Okay, and of course, planter of this size is going to require GPS. Auto width, 28.5 meters. According to the description, 38 rows. So let's get this fired up. And I will say 38 rows, that seems a little odd to me because I've seen 36, but I can't say I've seen 38, so. But I've never, then again, never taken the time to actually really look up a planter this big that much either, so. Anyway, let's get going. And we are planting sunflowers here. And yes, you can see the field texture there's a little bit in the wrong direction. I think that's the field, because it does it with the other planters as well. I don't think that's actually the fault of the planter here. I don't think. Could be, but I don't believe so. Am I recording? Yes, I am. Problem with chatting like that, it likes to turn your GPS off. That is kind of annoying. I've done that more than a few times. You know, chat to somebody not really paying attention where my tractor's going, and next thing I'm, you know, off in some other direction. And okay, I was just curious here, because like I said, the description. Now let me check the description of this planter here a minute, because it says 38 rows, unless I read that wrong. Turn around here a minute, and we'll rotate the GPS 90 degrees as well. That should be more than an adequate headland there, I do believe. Okay, that'll do. Okay, just a quick check of the store here. If I read that wrong. Okay, it's got to be here somewhere. Oh, there we go. John Deere DB-90. 250 horsepower tractor, capacity 20,000 liters, with 29 meters. Okay, it doesn't actually appear to say here what the number of rows this thing was. It might be on the website, maybe I read it, which maybe that's wrong there. This planter does come with a reed skin, or I'm not sure which one's skin for which one here. Let's see. Jeans? Yeah, so you have the John Deere 90, and then you have the Keen 3700. Both the same working with. Basically both look the same, just kind of the blue and white Keen's paint scheme versus the yellow and green John Deere paint scheme. But anyway, just curious there, because I'm pretty sure I read 38 rows it said on it. And I just happened to take a quick look at the John Deere website here. And per the John Deere website, this is a 36 row planter. So 90-foot toolbar with 36 rows on 30-inch spacing. And, oh, this is interesting. The game says it requires 250 horsepower. Per the John Deere website, minimum of 325 horsepower. Equipped with a Category 4 drawbar. So we should be quite adequate with the 8370 here. 170 horsepower. Definitely, I would say, the perfect planter for this map, though. And by the way, for those you're wondering, the chicken is the joke mod of this. And I'm not sure if you can actually get that chicken anymore or not. As far as I know, that's been removed from a lot of the websites. A lot of people really, really disliked that mod. And, I can't blame them because it is, you think you're getting a John Deere DB-90 planter and it turns out you're getting a chicken. It's still quite hilarious, though. At least I find that chicken to be quite hilarious. Okay. Should probably really do a headland on this side of the field here as well. Here to turn around. I'm just assuming, like the DB-40 here, we probably cannot phase such. Find out here in a minute. No, you cannot. Okay. Find the GPS again, and we'll go. Anyway, we'll read a couple of comments here in a minute. Crisis was saying it wasn't his choice to use the 3.5 meter header on field 51. Someone planted potatoes on it. And that's the size of the potato head. Yeah, so that his comment here from a couple episodes back, I believe, mentioned he was using a 3.5 meter header to harvest. So that is the reason he was using a 3.5 meter header to harvest. Yes, field 51, that's kind of been our potato field on this map. Main reason being all the potato items, mainly the potato washer, is up by the north farm there. That is the northeast farm. I had to think there a minute which farm that was. I think we'll line that up a little farther. There we go. This seeder does not. A minute to lower. Let's back that up a minute. Okay. The seeder does not fertilize, by the way, for those you're wondering. So you either need to fertilize it or leave it unfertilized. Which maybe just leave it unfertilized. I'm not sure. The fertilizer spreader is actually probably going past it here somewhere. It was over by field 56 there. Unless someone just moved it, maybe. That is very well possible. Great demand at the biomass heating plant for straw. We probably have some somewhere. Although I can't imagine being the being straw that there'd be too great of a great demand. Samuel was saying 24 rows would be 60 feet. The John Deere DB-40 planter he is talking about. Kagan was saying on my Euro Truck video, as he got his workers the base model Volvo, and he says whenever he gets in it, he notices it does not have GPS, because he likes his Mercedes-Benz more. Yes, for those who noticed, Euro Truck episode 2, we have that truck. Oh, looks like we got someone fertilizing, or either that a hired worker. Oh, let's see, Glance Mod should tell us. That would be Liam. I think I'm pronouncing that right. Not 100% sure, but got a comment from Isabel. Was asking, or was saying, downloaded all the mods, went to join the server and could not find the server on the list of servers. And I commented back, hey, you might want to check and make sure you have the most recent update to Farming Simulator, and that appears to be the problem. Installed the update and was able to find the server. So yes, for those of you wondering, if you download all the mods and you go to look for the server and you're not able to find it, there's two possibilities. The server might be down. It's very well possible. Or you do not have the most recent version of Farming Simulator. The way Farming Simulator works, you have to have the same version as what the server is running. So in my case, VeryGames.net has the most recent updated Farming Simulator version. I believe it's 1.4.1 if I remember correctly, or something like that. So if you don't have that, the server will not show up for you. Only the servers that are running the same version as what you're running, or multiplayer games that are running the same version as what you have, will show up. Also, by the way, a lot of people are asking about this. The John Deere 8370 does have dual wheels, and a couple people wondering, how do you turn the dual wheels on? Get to the end of the row here in a minute, and I'll show you folks how you turn the wheels on. Got a little bit different setup for the dual wheels than most tractors that I've seen have. And most tractors have a button you can push that'll turn on front and rear, or all the duals, or you have the buyable secondary duals. This tractor though, go in the cab, do IC, which is the space bar, and then down here on the left hand computer monitor, and then it's the little left hand button as well. You can see it up top there, left mouse button, open twin wheels. And then you can click on each of the wheels here, and you can turn the twin wheels on and off. So it is kind of weird because you can turn them on and off individually. And also that, yeah, that's quite interesting, I have to say. I got a pretty good chuckle out of that the first time I seen this. It's like, really? You can actually turn off individual tires. So if we go in here and we can turn off that one. So. Yeah, now we're really getting crazy here. Unfortunately, the duals do not leave tire tracks. That's kind of unfortunate, although I'm not particularly surprised by that. Very few of the dual wheel tractors you see actually leave dual wheeled tracks, which is kind of too bad. kind of sloppy on the mod author's part, if you ask me. Or either that, maybe it's just hard to do. I am not sure. Like I said in the past, I am not a modder. But I know it can be done because I have seen tractors that have it. Curobits, I believe, is an example of a tractor that will leave dual-wheeled tracks. Or single if it only got the single tires on it. Team Dynasty was asking, hey, if you're not going to use that G27, can I have it? No, I'm still using the G27 yet. Most notably for Euro Truck Simulator. And then you also continue on to say, no, just kidding. But if you have any recommendations for a steering wheel, they're kind of expensive. My recommendation, if you really want a steering wheel and you don't have, you know, the cash laying around to purchase either the Farming Sim one or I think it's actually the G920 now, by the way, not the G27. The G920 is now the updated Logitech steering wheel, or the newest Logitech steering wheel. You know, if you don't have the money for that, check eBay. I'm sure you could probably find quite a few cheaper steering wheels on eBay. You know, I'd probably stick with like a name brand one if you can. You know, don't go buy some Chinese knockoff Logitech or something like that. But, you know, if you can find like a nice Logitech steering wheel on the eBay. Or even with the 920 coming out now, there'll probably be some folks selling off their G27s, I'm sure. Okay, should be all the dual wheels back on. You can't turn them on and off while you're moving, by the way. Those you're wondering that have to be stopped. Liam noticed that. Yep. By the way, for those of you on playing on the multiplayer server here, I've heard a few folks mention this now. If you were to join the server at this point, right now, and if you were to look at this tractor, the dual wheels would not be on for you. So even though the dual wheels show as being on for me, they will show as being off for you. Now, if I can go and shut the dual wheels off, the dual wheels will be off for me, but they will be on for you. So there's a little bit of a synchronization issue with this tractor and its dual wheels. It doesn't seem to crash the server at all or anything. It just, there's a synchronization issue with them being on and off depending on, you know, what point you join the server. Teddy Bear fan was asking, hey, can you do some hauling with the chicken? But please turn the sound off. We sold and got rid of the chicken already, so unfortunately no more hauling with it. I could probably turn the sound off, that won't be so hard, but yeah, we won't be hauling with the chicken. Like I said, we got rid of the chicken. Slightly too annoying for my taste. And let's see, we're what, 19 minutes into the episode here. And looks like we maybe got, let's look at the map here, maybe a third of the field planted here. Actually, no, maybe probably about half, actually, because I did have a pass down the other side of the field there. And as you can see, we are definitely burning through the seed. We're down to just under 9,000, 44%, so we've used up half of our seed already. And by the way, field 6, this is no small field, by the way. This is probably, I think this is the biggest field we own at this point, I believe. Probably, you know, about the size of 59, 58 put together, and maybe even 57. Well, this is definitely no field to ease at. And I just got a comment here as well. I get a lot of I've had a lot of comments, I should say, on my Farming Simulator steering wheel video. You know, people looking at, oh, it's plastic, it's crap, because it's plastic. And I don't quite understand that myself. Just because it's plastic doesn't mean it's cheap crap. At least personally, I have not managed to break my Farming Simulator steering wheel yet. Not yet, anyway. And, you know, I see a lot of people comment, oh, the G27, way better, it's made out of metal and whatnot. It seems like a lot of people forget, yes, the wheel and pedals part of G27 is metal, but the rest of that thing is plastic. So, you know, if plastic is so bad, well, the G27 is mostly plastic as well. Just something to keep in mind there. Now, with that being said, the G27, I would say, probably is a sturdier feeling steering wheel. You know, just the metal and the overall heft of the unit itself. And that's probably partly to do with the fact that the G27 is a force feedback steering wheel. The Farming Simulator steering wheel is not force feedback, so you know, you take out a lot of weight there with the force feedback system. Obviously, force feedback, you gotta have all the motors in there and all the weights and everything to, you know, produce force feedback. And then, of course, all the components have to be built strong enough to withstand, you know, you yanking on the wheel. And, you know, the force feedback system trying to counteract that. But, yeah, just a lot of people comment and say, you know, oh, it's plastic, it's crap, or it's cheap, or it's flimsy, or whatnot. I would have to somewhat disagree with that. Obviously, metal, I would say, is better, but realistically, who's going to build a full metal steering wheel? At least with all, you know, the buttons, like a full metal steering wheel similar to the Farming Sim wheel and side panel. For one thing, it'd probably be ridiculously expensive. And number two, it'd probably be ridiculously heavy as well. And like I said before, I do work in the plastics industry, and there's nothing wrong with plastics as long as are used properly and quality plastics are used. Much as part of my comment why I say don't buy some knockoff steering wheel. You'll probably end up regretting it because it will be made out of cheap plastic. You know, you buy a quality steering wheel made out of good plastic, there'll be nothing wrong with it. Or there shouldn't be, anyway. And something else too, it's fun to read the range of comments I've gotten on my Farming Simulator steering wheel video there. Definitely one of the most watched videos on my channel. I'm not sure what made that video so popular, but hey, I'm not complaining. By the way, welcome to all the new subscribers as well. I've noticed especially the last couple days, I've really picked up a lot of subscribers. I'm not sure why, but welcome to all of you. But yeah, like I was saying, just fun to look at all the comments on that video, the range of them. You know, some people liking it, some people really hating the fact that, you know, got a wheel like that and whatnot. Tires are like really annoying from you. What's up with that? I think maybe it's just like the dirty texture on there isn't quite even or something. Are down to 20% seed. Wow. But yeah, anyway, back to what I was saying there with my video there in the comments. Yeah, it's amazing how many people think it's an excessive waste of money to buy a wheel like that to play a game like this. And to some extent, they're somewhat right. I can't blame them for thinking that, because yeah, you spend $300 on a wheel that is, I would say, mostly dedicated to playing this game. Yeah, like I said before, if I'm going to play Euro Truck, I'm going to get the G27 out. Much better wheel. And probably for any other games, I'm probably going to get the G27 out as well. Now, I have played spin tires with a Farming Simulator wheel. And that was more just to see how it worked than anything. May actually switch that out for the G27 at some point. We'll have to see once. Yeah, it's just funny how people think that's a waste of money. I guess it all depends how you want to waste your money, because I'm sure the people that left that comment probably waste a lot of money on their items as well. Now, I don't know what those items would be, but I can guarantee those folks waste money on something. And, you know, as far as gaming choices, those folks probably think like Call of Duty or Battlefield or some such game like that is more better game. All depends on what you want to play, I guess. And while I can't really speak of Call of Duty, I've never really played Call of Duty. I've played plenty of Battlefield. Battlefield 2, Battlefield 3, Battlefield 4, Bad Company, etc. You know, it's a whole different playing style, if you will, I guess. You know, Farming Simulator, you can kind of just sit down and play it. Kind of I'd say more of a relaxing game to play. Whereas Battlefield, and I would assume the same is probably true of Call of Duty or any other, you know, first-person shooter type game. Myself, I find you have to work at that game a little more. You know, it actually takes some work to play that game. Now, you're obviously playing, but it still takes a little bit of work to play the game. You know, you just can't sit back and kind of relax. You got to be, I would say, alert and paying attention. Otherwise, you're going to end up all shot up. Anyway, folks, looking at the time, looks like it's time to wrap up the episode. If you folks have any comments or questions, be sure to leave them below. And as always, thanks for watching, and until next time.